We're going to explain this in a sec, but first to Christchurch, where they cleaned out the communal fridge in our office down there, which is used by TV and radio staff in Christchurch. As you can see, there's some yoghurt, some stale bread, smoked salmon in there somewhere. Obviously, that belongs to Sign Gary at More FM, and someone's homemade salad, which is now sprouting more than just sprouts. If we looked in your fridge or mine or your bin, would we find similar wastage? A new study suggests roughly half of the food we throw out could still have been consumed. Here's Jendi Harper.
That's a nappy.
Bit whiffy, that one.
It's a messy job, someone's got to do it.
It's stinking and it's on the move.
Sorry, Harrison, is that a maggot?
Yes, these here are maggots off the last bag.
Maggots are non-avoidable waste. We wouldn't eat them, as a rule, Bear Grylls aside.
A little bit of bread in the bottom. So
Bread, on the other hand, is deemed avoidable waste.
even though it is the crust, people eat the crust.
And so are beans.
Beans are not my favourite food, but however, that's appalling waste.
Winton Daly is mayor of the Huranui district and from the waste not want not generation.
It is a bit of a shock.
This rubbish is from his ratepayers. His council, one of several to sign up to the Waste Mins study to determine just how much food we throw out, food which could have been consumed.
Are you glad no one's rifling through your rubbish?
Yes.
So am I, guilty as charged of often binning food that I could have, should have eaten. Today's haul includes unopened packets of soup, a couple of pies, jellies, camembert cheese, yoghurts, wraps and a salad still sealed.
So this is all food that people brought thinking they would consume it, obviously. You don't buy food not with any plans that you wouldn't consume it. And then you throw it out.
$50 to $60 right there on the table, gone to waste. $872 million as a nation, money spent on food we buy but never get to eat, or only eat half and bin the rest. All up, enough food to feed double Dunedin's population for a year. And in that time, the average Kiwi family wastes 3 shopping trolleys full of food.
Almost half of the food waste that's thrown out by households could have been eaten.
Almost half. Does that shock you?
It does, yeah.
Sunshine lives in an Auckland apartment, but her food waste goes to her worms.
It's easy.
Harrison has a compost heap, so does Winton, plus pigs and chooks. But regardless of where it ends up, is having any avoidable food waste simply the result of buying more than we need?
And wait, there's more.
Bread is the most discarded item.
That's all from one house.
Food that was produced, packed, transported, unpacked, sold, uneaten and now transported again to the tip.
Yeah, that closing script from Jendi is really relevant. Let's look at the stuff on our desk, because Paul Evans, who's the CEO of Waste Management Institute of New Zealand, is going to talk to us about what we've got here. What have we got here with us in the studio, Paul? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for your time. Look, what we've got here is a selection of food from 5 people's bins. So we talked to some people we knew and we had a little bit of a look through, and it's a pretty representative sample.
And it's really depressing, actually, because on this program we've looked often at people who don't have enough food, and there is food here that is just being binned, and lots of us are guilty of this, right?
Yeah, look, absolutely. Look, I work for the Waste Management Institute. I'm guilty of it too. You know, it's so easy nowadays for people to throw things out a little bit at a time. Really does add up.
Okay, so what are the key points for people in terms of throwing out less food, using food that's kind of coming towards the end of its life? Well, you could still make a nice pasta sauce out of those, by golly.
Look, it's not rocket science. It's about small, simple things that people can do to make quite a big difference. It's about storing your food appropriately, using the freezer, using the fridge, you know, bagging things up, wrapping them up. It's about buying the right quantities, making a shopping list. As I say, it's not rocket science.
No, it's not rocket science. We able to quantify this? Are you disturbed by how much food we're throwing out that is still, you know, reasonably good to eat?
Yeah, look, $872 million, and you talked about...
$872 million over what period?
Over a year.
You're joking?
No. And so to put that to that's a really big number, but to pull that down, that's enough to feed every single school-aged child in New Zealand lunch for 3 years.
And we're biffing that out?
We're throwing it out, and it could have been eaten. We're not talking about potato peelings or carrot tops. This is food which could have been eaten.
And we're not talking about food that is dangerous when it goes past its date. We're talking about this old lemon, I guess. Oh, no. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, look, you've got some lime juice there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
look, it's outside its best before, so, but it'll be fine. You're not, you know.
I mean, that's going to have to be well past it before it starts making you crock,
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
It'll still be fine in your gym.
Okay, where can people go for advice on how to look after food better, store food better, and use food better as it's getting towards the end of its life?
Look, first and foremost, we're directing to Facebook. Look for Love Food, Hate Waste New Zealand. Get on there. We've got a bunch of tips, tricks, recipes to help them love food and hate waste.
Paul, who's driving this? Who's behind this?
Look, this is Wasteman's, my organisation. We're working with councils and community groups right across New Zealand because they really care about the communities. They want them to save that food waste.
So this is not a corporate push or anything. This is just about making better use of this.
This is just about, you know, making sure that people can save money. We get the good environmental outcomes that come with it.
And also, Jenny's point is a really good one. Someone's grown this, taken it to the shop, put it in plastic,
Yep.
and now we're going to do exactly the same in reverse and put it in the tip.
Yeah, and look, the thing is we looked at that food waste, that $872 million. If we could avoid that, that's like taking 116,000 cars off the road for a year.
In 3 seconds or less, that address again.
That's like taking 116,000
sorry, no,
cars.
you sweetheart. The address of your Facebook page.
Oh, sorry. Let's go to Love Food, Hate Waste on Facebook.
Thank you very much, we really appreciate you having me. And that was a most illuminating and sobering lesson. It's a terrible waste of food.